Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. The time is always right to do what is right. We are not makers of history. We are made by history. We must accept finite disappointment but never lose infinite hope. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true. I am not interested in power for power's sake, but I'm interested in power that is moral, that is right, and that is good. Rarely do we find men who willingly engage in hard, solid thinking. There is an almost universal quest for easy answers and half-baked solutions. Nothing pains some people more than having to think. Any religion that professes to be concerned about the souls of men and is not concerned about the slums that damn them, the economic conditions that strangle them, and the social conditions that cripple them, is a spiritually moribund religion awaiting burial. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but one must take it because it is right. All progress is precarious, and the solution of one problem brings us face to face with another problem. The quality, not the longevity, of one's life is what is important. Have we not come to such an impasse in the modern world that we must love our enemies, or else the chain reaction of evil, hate begetting hate, wars producing more wars, must be broken, or else we shall be plunged into the dark abyss of annihilation. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle, the tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. There is some good in the worst of us and some evil in the best of us. When we discover this, we are less prone to hate our enemies. Capitalism does not permit an even flow of economic resources. With this system, a small privileged few are rich beyond conscience, and almost all others are doomed to be poor at some level. That's the way the system works. And since we know that the system will not change the rules, we are going to have to change the system. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. There comes a time when people get tired of being pushed out of the glittering sunlight of life's July and left standing amid the piercing chill of an alpine November. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. Man must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle, and so we must straighten our backs and work for our freedom. A man can't ride you unless your back is bent. A nation that continues year after year to spend more money on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual doom. If we are to go forward, we must go back and rediscover those precious values, that all reality hinges on moral foundations, and that all reality has spiritual control.